Welcome back to
Okay.
Corporate Time.
On the line with us right now, this is huge, and we only have him for a split second. So let's get out where he's going to be because I want you guys to scoop up these tickets. At the Walt Disney Theater at the beautiful Dr. Phillips here in Orlando on the 7th, you can see Daryl Hall. And on the line with us right now is Daryl Hall. How you doing, man?
I am very good, very good. Get ready to come to Orlando.
Hey, we appreciate you giving us a little bit of time. And Tom, I know you had some questions for Daryl right off the top here. Have you been to Orlando before? Have you been to the Dr. Phillips?
Not to the Dr. Phillips, but I've been to Orlando many times. Yes, the answer is yes.
Well, Daryl, first let's talk about your solo album, D. I know you recorded it in the Bahamas, and it's funny because right before we talked to you, we were looking at the studio because in my mind, when you said it was recorded in the studio in Bahamas, I imagine like you looked out at turquoise water.
Yeah.
And this kind of just a regular recording studio in the Bahamas.
Yeah, what's it like recording there and breaking it up over 18 months?
Well, it's great to record there. I have a house there, so it's effortless for me to do. And I'm working with one of my close friends. One of my best friends is Dave Stewart, and we just had a good time. You know, we just started doing it, and we're making literally what I always say is we made something out of nothing. You know, I had a couple of songs, but most of these songs we wrote together on the spot, and we played almost all the instruments ourselves, and it was great. And like you say, looking out at the turquoise water. So
Well,
what's bad about that?
It's crazy, too, that you guys went and over time you would go and do sessions and kind of knock it out. Is it easier to do a record like that where you can really sit down with your friend and get some good time in than it was like maybe earlier in your career when you were having the pressure of people saying you needed a record out immediately?
It's a completely different situation. It couldn't be more different. In the 80s, I'd be sitting in these studios in New York City in these dark boxes, and I wouldn't even know whether it was day or night. And there was, as you said, there was always a pressure. You got to, the record company wants you to put this record out, and we need a new record, blah blah blah. And I went through that period of time for a long time, and this is a whole different world. I'm just doing it on my own time, in my own pace, and I think the results are superior, if you want the truth.
Yeah, the record's fantastic. Yes, Tom.
So, Daryl, this is completely a random question, but are you familiar with the Netflix documentary, The Greatest Night in Pop?
Well, I know about it, yeah, sure, of course.
Because we were talking about it because it was the recording of We Are the World in 1985, and you were there. And I'm just curious if you remember that, like any details about the night. I know it was a while ago, but what was your recollection of that event?
Well, I mean, it was. I've told this story a number of times, but I'll tell you again. It was a very unusual. I've never really experienced anything close to it. Because it was this gathering of people who were all at the top of their game. Basically superstars. All these people, and before we went into the studio, Quincy, God bless him, God rest his soul. He said nobody allowed in but the artist, and that was the first we all heard about it. So we all filed in and kind of looking at each other, and a lot of people didn't know each other, but they knew everybody knew who everybody was, and nobody knew what to do because people were used to having their assistants around and their entourage and all that kind of thing. And so everybody kind of reverted to junior high, man. It was like 8th grade or something. Everybody and Quincy became the choir director, the chorus director. And everybody stood there, and it was on the bleachers or whatever, the risers, and people were talking and making jokes, and it was all very like high school kind of a thing, and it was very, very that's as good as I can describe it.
That's crazy. I mean,
it's so bizarre because in '85, pre-internet, pre-social media, like TMZ, so it's like this could never happen again with that amount of gigantic worldwide superstars all together in one place. Like it's just. It will never happen again.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of history, Daryl, when you start Daryl's House, live from Daryl's House, when you start doing this in like '07, and it's a web series at this point, and then I started seeing it on Palladia, the television channel that is no longer. When we started seeing these sort of things, did you know it was going to go 17 years down the tracks and be like a music entity that people like crave and love?
Well, I never know what's going to happen. That's one of the things about what it is that I do. You never know you don't know when something's going to be a hit. You don't know when something's going to be a flop. You don't know if something's going to last forever or stop immediately. It's all in the air, man. So all I knew is that I really wanted to do it. It was completely my idea. And I knew that I was up to it. It's something that I'm really good at is interacting with and collaborating with people and working within a lot of genres. And so I decided that it's a strength that I have. So I said, let's go for it, And it was what surprised me about it was how many people immediately said they wanted to do the show. People that I would never have expected would want to come to upstate New York into my house and sit there for all day and play songs without an audience.
But it
was amazing.
It's totally incredible. I mean, the episode with Chromio, which, they're not the most well-known band, but combine them with you, and I think I've probably seen that episode over 1,000 times, and I thank you for that, and the fact that you continue to do it, and go find the one with Howard Jones. That's the last one. He's on tour right now, and you can scoop up these tickets and see them. St. Augustine Amphitheater on the 14th. November 11th, you got the Baycare Sound in Clearwater. November 9th at the Hard Rock Live Hollywood, and November 7th, again, here in town at the Walt Disney Theater at Dr. Phillips. One more question, Tom.
Daryl, last question. Do you have song ideas pop into your head throughout the day? And I imagine you jump on your iPhone or your smartphone and then write them down, or do you specifically sit down to write and that's your process? I'm just curious of your writing process.
I have ideas that come to me all the time, every day, as you say. But I generally don't write. I used to write on the spot. I complete songs and all that. But now I tend to just hold the ideas and wait for somebody like Dave to get together with him and say, I got all these ideas. Here's a song. Here's a phrase. Here's a title. Here's a this. Here's a that, and let it all come out in one situation. One controlled, contained situation.
Yeah, and one more final thing, because I know we got to get you out of here, but is there a type of music that you think needs a little more shine that you like? Is there a genre that you feel like needs some love? Because I'm a music lover, and you just said it yourself. You work in so many different genres. Is there something that you're listening to now that everybody should give a little more love to?
I don't know, man. I don't really listen a lot, to tell you the truth. I'm not a great audience. I have all this music in my head constantly. But I mean, I'm a soul. At my heart, I'm a soul person from the day, back in the day. I grew up with that music. I like harmonies. I like grooves. I like funk. I like all that kind of thing. And if you want to listen to anything that I like, that's what you listen to.
I love it. Hey, Daryl, thank you so much for the time. Enjoy Orlando, and we hope that you and Howard have nothing but the best on your tour.
Well, thank you so much.
All right, man. Take care. That is Daryl Hall, live from the road somewhere. I don't know what to say about that. I was very nervous. My nose started sweating.
He's a gigantic musician. It's
Yeah, and when you're doing the junket and you try to be respectful to it, and I hate that because when I was younger, I used to be like, nah, we'll push it until they force him off.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah, I know, and I feel so
Every
bad.
time I'm like, I look at the time, I'm like, I'm going to ask a long-ass question. Billy will be freaking out. His publicist that we just promised will keep it short. He'll freak out.
That's the thing is that
Daryl doesn't care. because
he
he's
does
just
not.
going back to back.
And he shouldn't care. Like, if you're on the
No.
phone, you shouldn't care. Let the other people worry about that.
I'm gonna ask him a long question until the publicist pops in and starts beeping the phone.
I'm going to wait until the very last second. I'm going to say, Oat says what? Oat says what? Don't give me an Oat says what. You get into trouble. How much trouble would I have gotten in trouble with Billy if I did an Oat says what?
Well, you said trouble. I mean, what are you gonna email? I get lots of emails.
No, it shuts down what we get the next time. Because a lot of these publicists have...
They're like, just don't do it again. We're like, okay.
No, that stuff, I really believe in that stuff. You know, Shohei
No, I know,
Ohtani,
yeah.
like Okay, I'll give you a little story. So there was a Japanese news station, I guess, this is crazy, published like where he's living in his house. And World Series, they win, and dude walks over to get an interview, and Shohei sees him and recognizes him. He's like, nah. You're done, dog. No
you're
interview for you.
blacklisted.
Yeah, he's like, you're blacklisted.
I'm surprised he knew.
I'm Big Shohei.
Like the fact that he knew.
He knows
that
everything. Very private people. Very private people. He knew everything.
Because if anybody walks up to me, I'll be like, I don't know. I'm just talking to you.
Who are you? You will get in the limo. They drive you to your death.
Oh, you're from alt-right state? Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Anyway. all right.
Proud Boy Illustrated. Can we get a comment? It says what?
We will see you tomorrow.
All right. What's up, guys? Now we can say hi.
Hey.
What's going on?
How's it going, dude?
We're still on Twitch and YouTube. TC, you want that as Tuesday 2?
Chris Billy. All right. Let me
Tuesday 2?
grab that was Tuesday
my
4
God.
actually.
Tuesday 4? I've got all my papers and my trash. Oh my God.
Just say hello first. Just say hello first.
Jesus, I gotta clean up. Good to see you, buddy. How are you?
Hey, this is Billy, Chris,
What's
and
up,
LaRue.
dude? Hey, Daniel, good to see you. I'm gonna hit the restroom real quick. Good to see you.
the brain.
Thanks for being here. Oh man, our pleasure. We appreciate you being here. I hope you got a drink or something.
Yeah, so we have 3 mics on the couch. Sorry, and then but all 4 of you could sit on the couch technically. We just have to share one mic. Yeah.
Fuck, yeah, man. 5 was just too much. What's up, man? How are you?
Good. Just busy, but, you know, like always. But and then we when we do any sort of like when we talk to someone like a Daryl Hall, then you gotta go through the stereotypical radio station junket type of, where you get them for 8 minutes and they're very particular about, like, don't ask them this, like,
Squeeze everybody on the couch.
don't
really?
mention fucking Hall & Oates, because they hate each other. It's like,
I'll read you
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
what was said here. It says,
yeah, because he said, I guess Hall or Oates tried to sell his half of the music library. Like,
Yeah, that's
and
bad.
then they're suing each other.
we're the Hall & Oates, Orlando's Hall & Oates.
I can't wait till you guys break up.
Oh, we're there. We're already there. We're already broken
Oh,
up.
I'm trying to sell everything.
Yeah. I'll sell my wife. This says, and just so we are on the same page, please no questions regarding Hall & Oates about legal troubles, their current status as partners, etc. They can discuss his musical history with Hall & Oates. Okay, so we could have touched musical history. How do you even know that, though? Tell us about the musical history of Hall & Oates. We said no Hall & Oates. Then it says, new album D, live from Daryl's House series, latest episode featuring Howard Jones and the tour, but the main focus should stay on Daryl and Daryl's solo career only. Are we clear?
In 8
When's
minutes.
the show?
In
When's the
8
show?
minutes.
Yeah, in 8 minutes.
This
When is the
Thursday.
show? It's,
Thursday.
oh, yeah, Thursday.
No.
I would go.
We're
I'd love
actually
to
going
see
to see Tony Hawk.
Whoa.
He's,
All right, let me...
he's at the Museum of Art, which is
Yeah,
we're promoting.
but you know what's weird is he's doing all of Daryl Hall's songs. Only you would laugh at that. I'm glad you're here.
Wow.
Everybody else,
My
I think.
uncle used to go to Daryl's house. He used to live right by there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's funny.
All right, hold on. I gotta fix these cameras.
Orlando.
My cameras is.
And the
messed.
album's coming out the 23rd, right?
Yeah,
You guys got a new CD?
it's actually a
CD.
vinyl
That's
record.
what old man says. CD, motherfucker. Old man. Old man said CD.
8-track.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Dan said CD.
How are you guys? How's the family? Good.
Good.
Everybody's
yeah.
good, man. We are happy boys. We're just happy to.
It just,
be
I
doing
can't believe
it.
we're rocketing towards Christmas and the fucking
Yeah,
end of the
I
year.
don't
It's
like
2025, which when I was in the 90s, this was fucking Time Cop in the
Right.
future.
Dude.
And not much has changed.
Well, they do have cars driving themselves.
Yeah.
I
but
got that.
I wanted the flying.
I love my car driving. I haven't driven that car. I have the Tesla. I haven't driven it once.
That's
It drives
awesome,
me.
dude. How sick
Really?
is
Drives me all over the place. It was
Yeah,
driving
yeah.
me this morning. I love it.
Are you like confident enough to like? Go
Oh
to
yeah, I
sleep?
smoke weed and just let it drive me around
What
town.
about go to
Can we
sleep?
hotbox
Like-
after this? or
No,
what?
no, I will
I
never
don't
do
know
that.
about that.
I will never do that.
That's
No,
what
I
I want.
monitor it,
Okay.
but I do. I probably shouldn't say that, but I'll smoke weed just at the.
Can we do a video in it? UFO and Tom and Dan?
Well,
and the
probably.
Tesla, bro? How sick would that be?
I
I
got a
would
friend.
Probably get into a lot of trouble.
I
My
wouldn't
friend's
be
got
able
a
to
sweet
go to
page. He's
sleep.
just like ripping like dabs all day
No,
long.
I'm
in his
an
Tesla.
old man, a
In
little
his
vape,
Tesla,
just
though.
a tiny little vape. I'm not on y'all's level. I'm an old man, just a
I'm-
little. Like I do just a little bit to take the edge off.
So you guys are having your Bad at Business on the same date, right? November 23rd?
Yeah. Talking to that mic now.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
There we
Hey,
go.
how you
All
doing? How
right,
you
we
doing?
got you.
All right.
We got you.
Yeah.
One more time. Sorry.
That's the Bad at Business.
14th,
the 23rd.
23rd.
Yeah.
Sorry,
And you
I'm
guys
all
are
over the
doing
place.
that all day, or is it ending at a certain time?
It ends at like 5.
Because that's when we were going to start our jump off.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Perfect. I mean, we don't mind promoting the same. We'll, you know.
But you guys
It
said you
doesn't-
have to do something with the West End afterwards, don't you?
Usually, well, just getting, it's kind of our event, so we got to stay, we got to make sure because we invite all the damn sponsors, so they all set up tents and stuff, so we got to make sure they get out of there. And all this, it's kind of like we got to host the entire event and stay until everything's fucking done. Yeah.
That's good.
Because there's like people would pay for that day to come in, and then, it's like make sure everybody gets their fucking checks and, like all the bullshit of events.
We still do checks and CDs. Yeah, CDs and
sure everybody
checks.
gets their
I'm
CD.
This is checks. The checks is the business.
Big
That should be
business
our
checks.
names because he's the
CD
business
and checks.
department. So you're checks, and I'm
Fun
the
side.
I'm doing this stuff. So I'm CDs.
That's awesome.
We're old technology.
These checks.
Who's HR though?
There's never been an HR. That's why do you think Sam's gone? She wised up. She's like, that little one's trying to hug me. That's why I keep putting my ass out. Remember, I made that joke.
Oh,
Hold on.
and we're also going to do this. This will air tomorrow, and we're kind of doing it as a Weird Job Wednesday. So we're going to talk about like
Being in
just
a band.
being in a funk
So
band.
then it
as
airs
a-
on your website or on 104.1.
Excuse me,
It'll-
sir. They are
uh,
not a band. They are an orchestra.
Oh yeah, all right. It'll both. It'll go out on the podcast tomorrow and the radio station tomorrow.
So what's the best link we should share?
We'll send it to you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We don't know when we're confused on when this even goes out.
Yeah, but it'll be
None of this
live on
equipment works.
Twitch and YouTube now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you're live right now.
Yeah.
I'll just text you tomorrow and send me the best link to share.
Yeah.
That's the
no
easiest
problem.
way.
I'll do
All
that.
right.
Yeah, we are live. People are listening to us right now.
Right, I know you just broadcast all over the place, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
Yeah, we can't
We
even
have
keep
to
track of
always watch what we say.
it. Yeah, we do.
So no cussing, correct?
No, no cursing. Yeah, but if you do,
We can cut it out.
we can cut it out. So don't worry
So
about
I'm
it.
gonna make your job real hard.
All
With
right.
class if
All
you do.
right, and then a green one. Okay, here we go. You want to start?
Yeah.
Where are we putting this?
This is Wednesday 1.
Okay, great. I should have known that. Here we go. In 3, 2.
Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We are live on Twitch and YouTube. And if you like watching podcasts, we'd love for you to come over and watch us at Tom and Dan Live.
A couple things, Cows and Cabs charity event. It's in Winter Park. It's basically a huge, super fancy charity event.
Cows meaning steaks, and
Steaks
and
cabs
cabs meaning Cabernet.
wine, yeah,
Cabernet.
yeah.
Okay.
Wine, beer, spirits, a bunch of restaurants. It's it's all for charity, but it's basically all you could eat and drink.
I've never been,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
hear tell that
We're
it's
going.
a super fancy party.
Yeah. On,
So should I wear
Winter
my
Park Saturday?
Should I wear my Mexican pointy dancing boots? I have those long Mexican pointy dancing boots that my wife bought me. Is that appropriate?
That's fine.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
wear
yeah.
those, and I'm gonna light up the night.
And also the food truck fiesta is this Sunday,
Yes,
and
sir.
Eric is going to be out there from 3 to 8 p.m. So head by the Sanford for the food truck fiesta.
Also, another thing that Eric started doing at our tent that's new, and we're just testing it out. He will braid your hair if you buy a shirt.
Yes, yeah.
He will. If you buy
Yeah,
a
yeah.
Tom and Dan shirt, 3 Rasta beads.
yeah. You have to sit down in the
You have to
seat
sit
of her.
down. And it's weird
Yeah.
seeing what appears to be a Castleberry biker braid your hair, but he knows what he's doing. He's really good.
Yeah. And his beard is a little bit braided,
Yeah.
so you know he's good at it.
He looks like kind of like a Jack Sparrow vibe going on. All right. Is this a weird job?
Yeah.
And I made them a special song.
Yeah,
Do you want the special song?
Is it a funky?
It is a funky
weird
song, but it's
Okay.
AI, so they might be allergic to it.
All
But
right,
I
all
do
right.
like a good AI song. Here we
All
go.
right.
Let's get funky.
What are you doing? What is your job? Are you neat? Are you tidy? Or are you a fat slob? You make lots of money and you sit up in your tower looking down on all the people that are working by the hour. Weird Job Wednesday. Just another Weird Job Wednesday. Oh yes, it's Weird Job Wednesday. Just another Weird Job Wednesday. Thank you, Tom.
Bring the horns in.
Thank you, Tom.
It ends if you just want to
No,
play it
no,
out. You want to play it out?
yeah.
Take your flowers. Take your flowers. Here you go.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom.
There you go.
For Weird Job Wednesday, we've got the Universal Funk Orchestra. Dizzle Funk, Billy, Chris, and LaRue are on the couch with us. How you guys doing?
All right. Good to see you guys. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Let's talk funk.
What kind of funk?
You guys have a new album coming out November 23rd.
Yes.
But let's talk about how you guys started. How did the Universal Funk Orchestra start?
Take it away, Chris.
Okay, I knew that was coming my way.
It's coming your way.
This band has been in many different variations, many other bands. So I met Dizzle at least 18, maybe 19 years ago.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Pretender was Craigslist.
Very much Craigslist.
19 years ago?
It was a
Wasn't
while.
really that
It's
long.
been close to it, yeah.
Yikes.
But yeah, we met back then, and I was in another band. He was a DJ, and then he ended up joining a band called Family Gang that I ended up joining. So other bandmates, our buddy Jester, who's in the band, who couldn't make it today. They kept doing stuff. Then came, I believe, American Jesus, and I joined that band with them. And then from American Jesus and doing one of your mixtapes, we started UFO in 2017.
Nice. So you guys have been playing music and been doing this together for quite some time. Gotcha. That's awesome.
So, who was the funk influence? Like, why funk? Is it just something you grew up playing and everybody?
Are you
agreed to
asking the origin story of their name?
Yeah. Or
Would you guys classify yourselves as a funk band, or what would you classify yourselves as?
Some of us would consider us a funk band. Some of us would not. I
Okay.
consider us a funk band, but I believe we have a more rock influence, especially live. So it goes a little harder than what you would consider funk. But on record, I think we're a pretty funky band.
Yeah, and I think what kind of makes us stand apart is our ability to kind of cross genres. We're able to tailor to a old rock fan as well as a new age hip hop fan.
So you can get some dumpy ass biker dancing too.
We've seen it all.
Like the guy that won America's Got Talent. Have you seen that potato? Oh my God, that big fat potato. He won.
We've seen a little
That's
bit of
supposed to
everything.
be our best. That guy.
Absolutely.
Hey, man.
So for those people that don't necessarily understand what funk is, can you describe it and in a way that people can understand that are not, I guess, musically inclined?
Okay.
I mean, I guess if I had to give you a technical definition of what funk is, I mean, it's got a lot of syncopation, a lot of rhythm, a lot of drive, a lot of soul, but also, to quote Prince, if you are describing funk, that ain't funk. So
I used to say about Brett Michaels. I used to say the same thing about Brett Michaels because he would be like, this rocks, that rocks, this rocks, this rocks. I'm like, dude, if you're saying it rocks, it doesn't rock.
yeah, exactly.
You don't rock. If you're like, this rocks, I'm like, you get the hell out of
Brett
here.
Michaels one more time.
Yeah, I'm
It
glad that
rocks.
Prince said that. So Prince is right. Prince is absolutely right. Somebody asked me yesterday, Prince must be in the air. Somebody asked me yesterday what was my favorite Prince song. And then my wife and I started talking about it. And then we were going all over the place. I believe my wife's favorite Prince song is Diamonds and Pearls.
Gotcha.
And I think I'm more of a Cream man myself.
So you guys are rooted in the Diamonds and
We
Pearls.
are Diamonds and Pearls era. Yeah, that would be,
Gotcha.
we didn't go way too far back.
No, I'm a Prince fanatic, so I cannot pick. I can't.
Yeah,
pick
well,
one
I mean, the
at
guy's,
all.
you know, I mean, I don't even know if you could classify him as a musician. Too big,
Too big.
too smart.
Beyond music.
Bro, but funk,
Yeah.
funk make your booty move.
You know,
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Makes
why-
you,
that's
makes
for the
you
layman.
dance.
So white guy
funk
raises
makes-
his hand and says,
Think
"Funk
white
makes
guy."
your booty." Excuse me, black guys, you missed one. Funk makes your
You're
booty
getting too
move.
esoteric here.
Or was he like this? Or was he like, great, they didn't say it. I can look cool. Booty move.
We rehearsed it, bro. We rehearsed it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Are there any instruments besides percussion and bass that a funk band needs?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Does it need horns?
Yeah.
Why do you think I put horns in the song?
Guitar.
No, I
Can't
know.
have
I'm
funk
just
without
asking.
guitar, bro.
Guitar, you know.
Can't have funk without funky electric guitar.
Yeah, I think he's right on that.
I don't know if this counts, but I've been trying to rotate a banjo into the band for a
I
long
think
time.
you can do that. I
And
think
they
you can
will
do that.
not.
You're in the South. You can do that.
It's
You're allowed to
right.
do whatever you want.
They won't let me.
Don't tell him this.
I think Outkast did it. I feel like Outkast broke the rules on what can be funky.
Right.
And I'm a major Outkast fan,
This
so
is
like
true.
when you're listening and you listen to like I was listening this morning to what's the Outkast song? It's like Funkin' Around, or like, and they have some weird instrumentation
Yeah.
in there. And then Andre even says it. He goes, "Everybody thinks it's cool to be from the South now." You know, he talks sort of like that sometimes. You know,
You can start an Outkast band now because that was spot on.
that's not bad. That's not bad.
Second career.
Can you get too crazy in funk? I'm sorry, I'm asking
Oh,
you.
where
these
you're
are-
wearing a diaper and you're getting out of a spaceship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
George
I wouldn't-
Clinton?
And once again, Parliament fan, so I can't diss on that.
I loved it. That
Yeah.
was one of the first records I bought in Deland was Parliament Funkadelic, and I didn't understand I had no business owning it.
That's how I got into funk music as a child.
Yeah, I-
ran across my parents' collection and I saw Mothership Connection
There you
and
go.
terrified of the album cover.
Yeah,
But-
it didn't make any sense. Like when I was buying records, Invasion of the Doo-Doo Chasers is a record by.
Yeah, Funkadelic.
And
That's
they have
amazing.
like
PE
crazy,
Squad.
They have space doo-doo monster folklore. That
I can
I'm
say
not
the
kidding
full
you.
name
Look it all
because
up.
Jack
You can
first
look it
said about-
all
yeah.
up. I'm not making
It's
this
all
up.
facts.
It's all
yes.
facts that they had folklore and characters like people that wore diapers and doo-doo monsters and funk and spaceships and lasers.
Dr.
and-
Funkenstein, Star
Dr.
Child, Sir
Funkenstein.
Nose Devoid of Funk,
Yes.
Mr. Wiggles the Worm. There's a bunch of
This guy's an encyclopedia of anything you ask.
I love it.
Okay,
I love it.
So the
God, I'm gonna
crazier,
have to revisit some Parliament now.
Do it.
the more
all the way.
over the top, the better in the funk
Well,
genre.
it depends, because you can do over the top cookie cutter, where it's just like I've heard this 1,000 times. Why is there 18 horns and
Okay.
14?
Yeah, you could be
vocals?
very derivative of other bands that were original, you know, like for a while, like everybody was really trying to search, like any funk band I noticed in time was trying to search the whole late 60s, very early 70s thing, where my thing has always been late 70s, early 80s, because that's just where I'm from. But like,
Right.
it just really depends on how you swing it. You know, like, you know, there's ways where you can go overboard, like where you have like 1,000 musicians on stage and everybody's trying to solo and it sounds like a cacophony of disaster.
Yeah, now, what's the
Gotcha.
what do you guys feel like is most important? Is it the rhythm section when you're talking about funk?
Yeah.
Is it really rooted in the bass and drums?
But isn't everything rooted in rhythm section?
To me, it is. I'm a drummer, so I'm going to answer that. And my secondary instrument's bass, so of course I'm going to say that because
Yeah.
I love the rhythm
Gotta
section.
have the rhythm.
But like, I feel like the little bits and pieces are that's most important
Absolutely.
too.
Well, yeah, you got to sprinkle sprinkle
Like, you can't have it
the
without
seasoning on it.
saxophone or
So how do you guys
trombone
start
or-
writing the new album? So you want to do you come together with who's the main songwriter? How does it all kind of
We
start?
all are.
Yeah, we all are. They're
Nice.
like everybody kind of like holds their own, well, like, you know, their own in the studio or in practice. So like it really, if somebody has an idea, like for instance, didn't you come up with you came up with the bass line for Regular Vibe?
Sure.
So you brought that up to us, and then he showed us what he had, and then we just start, you know, through practice working on it until
LaRue starts working on the lyrics.
he starts working on the
Chris,
lyrics.
obviously,
I
you
do
know,
my drum
melody,
stuff.
drums.
You know, in the studio I may do like keyboard stuff, but we all kind of bring our parts together. So we're all kind of writing it together.
Nice.
Is it impossible
Yes.
to play funk and be around funk and be dead sober? Because I feel like
It's
it
not
just doesn't
impossible.
mix.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
you gotta
not
be a
im-
little bit, even if you're
it's not
microdosing.
impossible.
I've heard some of the best musicians, and they don't smoke, they don't drink. It's baffling to me. I could never do it, but some people have the will and the soul, and they can handle it.
Hey, they're just dead sober.
They're
and-
either. I had a dream about this. I figured out who these sober people are. There's only two types of sober people: either recovering addicts,
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
or people who are born that never do it. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's it.
Most of the
Yeah,
ones
right.
that I've seen that play at like a very high level
Yeah.
and that have done it for like, let's say 40 years, they went to the edge and almost died and they had to stop.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like a lot of those guys are like, it's
yeah.
just
Had
like
no choice.
the only way they can play music is to do it sober. You
Yeah,
know? Like,
I absolutely I hate the people who are like, I tried weed a couple times in college. Not for me.
Yeah.
Those are the guys
like-
who can't do it.
You're
Those are
48 years old now. What are you talking 28 years ago? You're smoking regs with
It's
seeds
so
in
much
it
better.
in the 80s.
Yeah.
And then you have
Hopping everywhere.
there's weed stores on every block. Go in, get your card.
Yeah.
Get candy. Yeah. I mean,
what
it'll
a
blow your
hard time
mind.
to be sober. It's a hard time.
For sure.
To take 5 milligrams, it'll make your day better. It'll make your kids' recitals better. Everything better.
Well, I was channeling that. I knew what you were going to say because it was like you're talking about. Look, we're the guys. We can't even walk trick or treating with our kids without being
Yeah.
sober.
But then you do more and more than high every day for years.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh.
But you guys are responsibly high. You know what I mean? You're not
I wouldn't
putting
say
it to
that.
the limits and taking your kids out trick or treating.
I never said that.
It's all about maintaining.
You're speaking for me. You're putting words in my mouth.
I'll push it to the limits.
I never said that.
Right.
I push it
Stop
to the
gaslighting.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Off the rails.
I get drunk and slap my family around.
Well, can I come over
No,
for
I don't.
Thanksgiving?
I don't do that.
I'm towing my boat. I'm like, I shouldn't be doing this.
I'm joking. We don't do any of that. Yeah, let's talk about Weird Job. Where are we?
Yeah. Okay, back to the band. So you guys are releasing an album on the 23rd of November. When did the last album come out?
This is our first debut album. We've only released singles.
Oh, no,
nice.
only okay.
Hey, congrats,
Yes.
y'all.
Yeah.
That's huge.
But you guys have been playing for a while now.
Yep.
It's been a while, and yeah, we've just been methodically releasing singles and videos over the few years. Of course, we had a little bit of a lull because of the pandemic, but that's when the majority of the record was recorded. Actually.
Yeah, I think that's the kind of the coolest part about like this whole band is like a lot of the record, a lot of the album was recorded during the pandemic when we were on lockdown. You know, we had these what am I trying to say? The curfews. We had curfews.
Right, yeah.
And we were like risking our lives, coming to practice, and we were.
This guy looks
Definitely.
like gloves
You're
on
talking
and
to a
everything.
Florida audience here.
Yeah.
That was very cinematic.
Our listeners barely changed their
They
lifestyle.
were, like, this is a true story.
They were-
We canceled an event that we had going on, and we were getting death threats from. We were getting letters. You pussies! What are you doing, Tom and Dad? Remember that? Or people are yelling at us.
I
We're
wake
like,
up
look,
for this. Where
we're
are you?
trying to be respectful
Yeah.
to our audience,
Yeah.
and people are like, "I thought you were strong."
They're like, I'll wear a mask in public, but that's it. Nothing else.
Man.
So, how many songs on the album?
7?
Anybody's
8,
songs?
there's
Whose
like
songs
8
got
or
cut?
9.
Whose songs got
Every
cut?
Jester song got
Every
cut.
Jester song is gone.
R.I.P.
Out of there. No,
R.I.P.
no songs got cut.
And
No songs got
Jester's
cut.
a man, right? Like,
Yeah.
He used to be one.
Yeah,
You
he said
don't
hi
know.
too.
We don't know.
He
He
said
said
hi
he had
to
surgery
him.
last week. I don't know what
No
happened.
idea.
Jester, shout out to Jester. Sorry you couldn't be here. Does he wear a Jester hat?
He used to.
We won't let him.
In a former band, he used to.
Yeah.
I feel like once you wear the Jester, you can never get rid of it. It's like the Tony Soprano of hats.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
to be fair to Jester, he told me to tell you guys. He says hi. You guys should remember him from Bad Santa and the Angry Elves.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. We know that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that guy.
So I may be wrong about this, but it seems like there's not that many funk bands, at least that I hear of. Like, in fact, you guys are the only funk band that I could name locally or within
So
a couple hundred miles.
That goes back to not really being a funk band, because if you think of any bands that are funk here, they're straight funk, straight cover, too many horns, I'm gonna be quiet now, but like covering funk, but not original.
Don't
funk.
burn any bridges.
Yeah, I think the name could be a little confusing for people at times. We've shown up to places like in South Carolina. They're like, "Oh man, we've been dying to hear some funk," and we kind of look at each other like,
Well,
"Man, we
don't
got
that.
a couple funk songs,
Man,
but a lot of them are again. There's those genre crossers, you know."
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And that goes along with it too, because it opens in the funk genre. Really, it's a huge
It's
spectrum.
wide.
Right?
Yeah, it's
sure.
a wide spectrum, and I mean, it goes from like your most like kind of soul R&B to your heavy rock, like
Hip hop too,
hip hop as
Yeah.
well. Like I mean,
Rap.
dance music,
Yeah.
like,
Hip-hop.
funk can inhabit almost any genre really. So that's it just takes the ear to find the rhythm and find the groove, and anything that has a groove, and that's most genres have some sort of groove going on. So everything can be funky.
Yeah, it was always weird to me as a young kid growing up, seeing like bands like the Beastie Boys that you knew were rooted in like originating in like punk rock music and skate culture, and then you saw them go rap. But then at the same time, you'd see them do instrumentals in their instrumental incarnation, and it would be more like a traditional funk band. You'd have a guy playing like congas. You'd have a guy on the bongas. You'd have auxiliary percussion. They'd be using wind chimes and stuff to make it like
Absolutely.
very sexy and funky. And it just, I think that you do.
That's a good.
Well, you get more
comparison.
leeway, I feel like, when you do what you guys do. I would say that you guys are kind of like I don't know, it is hard to explain.
Yeah, and I think and it's tough, right? Because if you look at the name, for people who go, are out of town, never heard of us, heard the music, they see funk or they see orchestra, and
Right.
they just they come to a conclusion of what they're gonna be hearing, but they'll get something that's across the board. Like I said, there are shows that we'll perform to where there might be a jam for a 45-year-old woman, and then there's jams for the 25-year-old kids, not kids but young adults. And it's that way. And then sometimes it's just like people are just blown because it's different. It's not like that cookie cutter sound that Dizzle's kind of describing. It's experimental and it's out there, and it's
Man,
I like
well
that.
said. That was awesome.
My man.
Well said.
Can we write that
Very
down?
I memorized
Write
it.
that down. Tom said something I wrote down earlier. I want to throw it by. Hold on. Where are we going to find this? Where is it? It's so good. Hold on. I got to find this.
So
I don't want you guys to leave. Okay, here it is. I got it.
come on.
I'm going to throw this at you.
Come
This
on.
is really good. It's the business of life.
God damn it.
Okay, hold on. Let me
I was just doing an improv commercial.
Yeah, just listen to it. Just listen to me.
I'm listening.
It's powerful. It's the business of life. Do the best that you can.
Oh man,
How good is that?
that's a commercial for
How
sure.
good is that?
That's a t-shirt.
That's
He admitted that. It's in the air now, though. He was doing a
It says
commercial.
immediately.
He was doing a commercial about either Streamline or Bart Merrick Team or two of our clients. This is
Yeah.
when this guy's got the goods. And he looks at me at the end and he's just improvising. He goes, "It's the business of life. Do the best that you can." I shut the equipment off. I took my headphones off. I was like, this guy's got the goods. It was amazing.
That's a car commercial. That's an insurance commercial. That's
You could either sell something or put somebody through an existential crisis,
Yeah.
whichever comes
Yeah.
first.
So
I feel
speaking
like that's the funkiest thing you've ever said.
Speaking of the business of life, let's talk about the business of a funk band.
Yeah, see what he did with the segue there? God damn,
Nice.
this guy's a
That's
king.
why you guys are married.
So
huh?
we know there's touring and there's ticket sales and like album sales is hard nowadays.
It
So
is hard.
they get Spotify doesn't pay anything. Like they're paying. We'll give you 1 penny for every
Half a
every
penny.
10 downloads.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, what?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So the like, what is the business moving forward? Is it just trying to expose yourself to as many listeners as possible? Do you have to like put out snippets on social media? Hopefully that like your songs
That's what
go
comedians
viral.
have to. Our comedian friends are like, all they complain about is social media.
Yeah, all they do
And
is
they're tired of it.
put up crowd work clips and hoping one will get
How much time you guys
500,000.
got? Like,
Well, I'm just curious of what your guys. How do you look at it?
straight up, we're in the process, or we're in the state of ticket sales, merchandise sales, album sales. If we make $25 every 4 months on Spotify, that's that. The goal is to put ourselves in front of as many people as possible. If we can get licensing deals with commercials and things of that nature, that would help with more residuals. But honestly, there's not really any residuals in this game anymore. Like even if we get licensed for movies, like there's no residuals. You get that check and that's it.
One of the things that I've noticed is, we use it here in doing commercials. There's a website that you can adhere to or sign up for, and there's many of them. Ours is called like Story Blocks, and they buy music from creators like you, but it's the same thing. It's just like Spotify. So again, I can go in there, I subscribe for like, let's say $7 a month, and I have unlimited music that I can use that's royalty free, but these guys are still getting screwed. They're not getting really paid. All this stuff's on there. Yeah, it's visible. Yeah, people are using it. But I don't know. I really worry about my musician friends, and because it's like, it's just as diluted as what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, that happened back. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. But that started back with Napster. Like when that came out, that's when the whole trend of screwing musicians came afoot.
Yeah,
Sure.
When there's
That's
no way
why
to
it's
make money off your
entertainment,
music, but selling
in
it.
general.
Oh, man, remember imagine the musicians, they got that sweet, going back to CDs, CD money. Like they just sit back and
selling
make
in the trunk of your car, bro.
Well, you want that last one, right? You want that last one right before CD or MP3s, like right before they were burning them.
right before the
You
internet.
want that sweet NSYNC Bye 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 album.
Oh, they got screwed. Well, you'd have to own your own.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying that's when it was selling. Like that's when there was not
You didn't
quite
have to
digital.
tour.
Yeah, it wasn't quite digital yet.
Yeah,
it was there.
People would buy the whole album for $19.99. And then
Burn it for the friends.
But what I mean is there was a sweet spot where you'd almost want both, and I found this out through my wife because she's younger than me. I mean, go figure. But it's like she would buy the CD and buy the MP3. There was a sweet spot when you wanted the physical media plus you wanted the MP3, and that's when you got stinking rich. That's when like Celine Dion, your these legacy artists, your
easy to buy. You don't have to go down to Specs.
Yeah.
Or, Peaches.
Yeah, but you would. See, you'd buy the MP3 day of, and then you'd source the physical media and buy that too, and they got you twice. Oh, and that's when you got stupid rich.
On the other hand, though, what is good now is that we own our own masters. We own our rights.
Nice.
Yeah.
But we can't reach that other level unless we have the help of those guys at
The promotional power.
Right.
That's a hard thing to do because then if someone comes to you and like, hey, sign over half of your rights, but we'll help promote it, and then you have to do the math of like, maybe this will make more than if we owned 100%, but it's all a gamble at a certain time because like you don't want to give it up, and then next thing you know, and you don't hit it rich, and you're like, well, now I only own half of it. It is a hard gamble. The music industry is it does seem like an insane amount of luck mixed with just an endless grind.
endless.
But to add to that, it's like nowadays it's like, as much as you're not going to make money through aggregators that are online. You go into a CD Baby or something like that, they'll disperse your music everywhere. Now you can have a following of 100 people. If those 100 people buy your merch, they support, come to your shows, they tell people, those are the people that can keep you afloat and actually put a lot of money in your pocket.
You don't need the tens of thousands anymore. Like we said that with podcasting.
That's why it's so important to have people come to the shows. Like when you guys you come on our show and we talk about it, and then people hear this like, oh, I'd like to check these guys out. Understand that the pendulum is back to where if you go to a venue here locally in town and you see UFO play, that you're helping them. Like it matters now again.
Yeah, and that's I'm just to finish. I'm gonna wrap it up. That's what we want. That's our aim, right? I don't know if I'm speaking for everyone, but I see a vision of us having a niche audience that travels with us. If we're in Orlando, they're coming from Atlanta to Orlando. If we're in Atlanta, we're whatnot, and they're buying everything. So I see that as a vision for us to have a niche audience that's just loyal and follows us.
Yeah, and just to add to what you're saying, I mean, it becomes very grassroots at this point. Where you're at the shows, you do have merch. Because like you said, the streaming doesn't really pay much, but there are a couple of avenues. Like we have the vinyl record for sale, and then as well as like different outlets like Bandcamp, which let you keep all your royalties and people can buy your music. And so those are two different avenues for the music. But then in this day, it seems that merchandise seems to do way better. So people will more than likely buy a T-shirt or the hoodies we
merch.
had. So
Sick merch.
as long as you have cool merch, people will be attracted to that, and it's got your name on it. It will get them to the music, and hopefully that garners more.
Jim Colbert said on his show the other day that the phrase "get her done" is not copywritten. And I can't get it out of my head. I can't get it out of my head.
It's gotta be copywritten.
He told me and his audience
So do it.
that it's not copywritten, and I'm thinking about selling "Get Her Done" Tom and Dan burgers.
Do it.
Oh, we've been sued out of existence.
But it's not copywritten.
Yeah, they
Just
can.
go on the internet
It's
and file.
one of
I just thought of that. I spell it differently.
Mary the Cable Guy's
Yeah, yeah.
lawyers had to have copywritten. Anyway, I have a business idea for you guys.
Oh, I knew you did.
So along the same lines as merch, right? You sell UFO mushroom gummies. Okay, follow me here. So
I'm in.
because I see these on my Facebook feed. They're like mushroom gummies, and then there's a cartoon of some guy looking out a bus window, and then there's like doom and gloom, and then on the mushroom gummies, it's all rainbows.
Yeah. When he eats the gummies, the stuff he's looking at turns into great stuff.
But
yeah.
and because
seen that.
everybody's into like mushrooms and but you
No, we're all just into doing drugs, and like we've got to a point now.
Desensitized,
where
bro.
we're
it's
all,
way
like-
desensitized.
Yeah, everybody's just like we're all on drugs now.
but you can't sell the psilocybin ones because they are illegal, right? Because you'll the cops will eventually
I don't know
put
what
it on the
works
ballot.
anymore. I order THC seltzers online.
Okay.
They deliver them to my daughter, and she's 9.
So that's what you do because the THCA and the Delta,
We
whatever.
don't- But we don't do
Yeah.
the fake crap. We hate the fake crap.
No. But this is about the money.
Yeah.
Dizzle.
I'm with you. Shut up. I'm with you.
You're resting on your morals.
I'm gonna whisper
You're
something to
fake
you.
when you want to be rich.
I'm gonna whisper
This guy
something
wants to be
UFO is
rich.
That guy wants to be
totally
rich.
organic.
Whoever wants to be rich, I forgot which one's
Dizzle,
worse.
you
Where's
don't-
McDonald's at? UFO Big Mac while we're at it. Let's go.
You don't have to use your own.
And so
like you're just gonna sell it. You're not gonna use it.
So you buy the mushroom gummies, which are all just some sort of roots or whatever. It's not even- it's just some BS that does
Some
nothing.
be anything in
chemicals.
And then you take a dropper of the THCA or the Delta 9 or whatever, and you put some real
a
Delta
little on
9
there.
on each one.
Trying to get us arrested, my guy.
No, but this is
Totally
legal.
fine. That's
Listen,
an agricultural loophole.
They're giving it away in Sanford. I saw the line. The chronic guru,
That's
the
true.
porn guy.
I had a young girl.
He's selling weed.
I had a young girl that looked like I had a young girl yell at me because I'm like, hey, what's going on over there? She yells in my face. She goes, if you're in line, they're giving away an eighth of free weed. And I'm like, what is happening? And
That's
she's
happening.
like, yeah, the porno guy's giving away weed.
UFO mushroom gummies. You sell them at the merch tent.
Sell them at the
So-
table.
Yeah, and then everybody's taking them, and then
Yeah.
they feel it. They're like, "Oh my God, something's happening," because they're
And then
getting the
you're just
Delta 9.
counting the money, man.
Yeah. And then when you ingest marijuana, you guys know it gives you kind of that psychedelic.
They don't know. They won't know.
Yeah, you feel
What?
you know. Like, I ate a bunch of weed the other day, and I started tripping. I think.
So do we need a consent form with these?
No. You're
no,
going to be
no.
in and out before the consent form.
They won't know where it came
This is a
from.
turn and burn
Back
scenario.
up, back it up. They got it. We
And
out.
I honestly think it's legal. Like you can sell Delta 9.
I don't
They
think
sell it
anybody
at the
knows
gas
what. I
station.
don't think anybody knows what's happening anymore. I go to
Mushroom
full
gummies.
gas stations. I'll go to a gas station. I'll just walk up there with just a Diet Mountain Dew. I go to set it down. To the left, there's a glass case with weed in it. Like weed.
Right.
It like
The
like
pipes-
like
that's the
no.
Delta
I'm
nine.
talking about
No,
I'm talking
nugs
about
of weed.
nugs of weed. I'm like, well, what is that? There's Delta 9. I'm like, all right, that's fine. Okay.
And then the
I
back
guess
of your
you-
head starts
I
itching,
guess-
and you're like, I love it.
yeah, I guess anybody can do
You're
anything.
smoking. You're like, oh my.
I'm not kidding you. I
How's
bought
this possible?
THC seltzers. I bought mimosa flavored. I bought Arnold Palmer flavored.
They're
I
at
bought-
our beer fest.
And fruit punch. I bought 3 of them. They delivered it to my house. Maisie answers the door. They're like, here you go, little girl. Like, load her up with THC. She's like, Dad, your mimosas are here. I'm like, what? I'm like, where did you get that?
Once again.
So where can people find not only the new album but also your music?
Yeah.
On the chronicguru.com website.
Click the video of your choice, and he will tell you where to go.
Yo, how funny is that though? Like I used to see him, and like, there's no way this,
Oh, I know
this
you
guy's
used
from
to see him.
Sanford.
We all used to see him.
Yeah, no, I know. I know.
Are you looking for the best weed in Sanford, Florida? Look no further than Chronic Guru. Ain't that right, Allie?
I'm just scrolling through
Everybody
videos
knows that.
of
We all got it burned into our brains.
Yeah, got it burned into
I've
our
watched
brain.
that guy do an advertisement for Chronic Guru 1,000,000 times on the toilet.
Yeah.
And then, by the way, also, we tried to advertise Tom and Dan on
Pornhub, denied.
Pornhub, and they
Denied.
won't let us.
Denied. They're like, you are vulgar. Get out of here. I'm like, well, you let Chronic Guru do it. They're like, he doesn't make D jokes.
Have you seen the videos? There's
Yeah.
secretly recorded husband and wife
like
videos.
his ad ran before a video where a dude stuffed him in a. You know the video I'm talking about. Yeah, everybody knows that video.
And it looks like it's surveillance camera footage. Like, no one. Anyway,
But he gets you. You're like, yes, I do kind of want to buy something in Sanford.
Now that you mention it.
so where can people get the new album when it comes out?
On our website, universal.orchestra.com.
Yep.
Universal what?
Universal Funk. Is it Universal Orchestra or Universal
You guys
Funk
don't know our own
Orchestra?
website?
I go to the
Get it right.
Instagram. The
Oh, I
Instagram
like-
is the hub for me.
I
because
like
we
that you
got all
guys
the
are the
links
Tom
there.
and Dan band. You know, what's the website again? Al? What's the
Universal.
website?
Go to universalfunkorchestra.com. Keep it simple.
Thank
And you
you.
can find everything, our social media, our music on the website.
You want to find the best funk in Sanford, Florida?
That's a good idea.
You can
Porn
swap
up.
Swipe
that.
right.
You can ain't that right, Dizzle? And then you do the thing.
It's just me and
And
Billy
then-
back here.
And you're dressed like Allie, because Allie is on the computer, and then when he says that, she like looks up like, I don't want my parents to see this.
My Uncle Joe's gonna watch this while he's you know what he's doing.
Oh, my dad's in the babysitter videos.
Oh, sorry.
All right, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah, I was gonna say too. Like as far as sorry.
No,
please.
please. No,
Go ahead,
you're
go
good.
ahead.
You're
Hey,
good. You're on the
rude.
floor. You're on the floor. You're
Yeah,
on the floor.
not only can you find us at universalfunkorchestra.com. We also have some album release parties coming up. If you're in the Orlando area, we're gonna be at D's Brothers in Sanford.
Oh, that's a
on
great spot.
November 23rd, and then we're gonna be back in Orlando at Will's Pub on Saturday, November 30th. So
Yeah.
if you can make it, definitely a time to pick up the first copies of the vinyl. See our hear the new music for yourself. We'll have CDs, and I'm looking for the guy that's braiding. If he's gonna come with.
Yeah. Eric will be out there braiding hair, and he braids all ethnicities of hair. Because I don't want anyone to feel left out.
Yeah. He'll do
No
everything.
He'll
discrimination
do.
on the braid
But he
Yeah.
does specialize in like traditional African.
Yeah.
I made sure to look at the black people when I said that.
Right in the eye.
Right in the eye. Well, I don't want people to think I'm scared.
That's why you can't be on Pornhub. That's
I
why.
don't want people to think I'm scared of black people because a lot of white people are scared of black people.
Why?
And I am not.
I don't know.
I'm an
I don't know.
ally. I'm an ally.
Happy for, but we're gonna come out to Bad at Business and pass out some
Do it.
handouts if that's cool with you guys.
And this
Yeah.
is perfect after our beer fest.
Well,
Go
D's
check
brothers,
out
they're going to be at the
Universal
beer
Funk
fest,
Orchestra.
so
Yeah.
Awesome.
come hang out. You guys, they make really good beer. So
Yeah, man.
so yeah, come on out and hang with
they're
us.
gonna brew our own batch of beer. It's called Thunder and Lightning.
Thunder and Lightning.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh,
Awesome.
that's killer, man.
We're there in the tasting, so it's great.
Tom just did a whole segment about how he doesn't think that's a very big deal anymore when you get your own beer.
Why would you say that, Alex? I was improving. I said something. Why don't you bring that up around our friends?
That's 2 for 2. That's 2 for 2.
Wait, can't tell you nothing anymore. I'm just sitting here. I don't even believe that. I just said it. I don't believe half the things I say.
So we're gonna bring you some crappy beer and some acid
No,
for
it's
Bad at
good
Business.
beer.
I literally just I made myself cry.
I'm just saying that a lot of people they put the label on them. They're like,
Tom
That's all we did,
But then
dude.
you said you were there at the tasting, which makes it different. But Tom was saying that a lot of people lie. Oh my God, I made myself cry.
Universal Funk Orchestra. Catch them at their album release party.
Oh, the chat room says I'm bullying you good.
Find them on Google.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Instagram is
Just
the
search
place.
it.
You
It's
said
awesome.
Instagram is the main
Universal
spot.
Funk Orchestra.
And
And
you-
if you type in Universal Funk Orchestra, you should be able to find it.
You can also call us UFO. So
Yeah.
UFO. Go find them, guys. Thanks
You
so
got
much
some
for
awesome
coming
merch,
in.
by the way.
Thank
Your
you.
your
Thank
merch
you.
is on point.
Well,
Thanks.
ours
I'd
is
never say
not
that.
because I'll continue with my honesty.
Hey, get it
Ours
done.
is not
Get it
because
done.
Eric says
Get it done.
nothing is selling.
Nothing. Yeah.
Free braid with every shirt. You
Heck
get
yes.
a Tom and Dan shirt,
Yeah.
one
Yep.
braid
Oh,
on it.
Eric will love that. Free break. Free break, one per family.
All right. Hey, thanks so much for having us.
Oh,
man.
man,
no problem.
we just like
Appreciate
screwing
it.
around, and anytime we can help
Yeah.
you guys out, and we've known Dizzle for a while, and it's great to finally get all you guys in here. So thanks for being good sports.
Absolutely.
And guys, we will be right back. Awesome. Still on Twitch and YouTube though.
Awesome.
Just like to say that to make sure people know.
Like, are we supposed to show our nipples?
Thanks for being here, y'all.
Man,
Yeah, Jesus,
awesome,
thank you
man.
for having us.
Great to meet you guys too
man,
for the
great
first
to meet
time,
you.
man.
You guys
have to sign her
Yeah, sign the bathroom.
Let's sign the shitter.
Well, there's a lot of famous people that have signed it, so
I was looking at that.
find a good one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude. Thank you so much for coming in. Yo,
You have it
Great to meet you, homie.
yeah, I just want to save this file because I get scared that I'm gonna lose files,
Come in, Daz.
and I think I've only lost 6
Oh, Jesus.
over 17 years. This is an older copy of GarageBand from 2012.
It looks like Logic. That's weird.
Yeah, well, it's all of the sources imported into Logic. It's cracked from like some kid did it in Sweden years and years ago, and I've kept it. They used to support podcasts. Apple used to have a suite of sound plugins that are like really great for podcasts.
No way.
And then they just decided not to support it anymore. And it really gives us a unique, like people say we have a great sound. They're like, oh man, your shit sounds really good. It's just those fucking plugins. I do
That's all
nothing.
it is.
So you have
But
a
I had to
download.
find them. I had to find them from the kid and then take them. And then if you take it and export it as a Logic file, it'll keep all the plugins.
That's fucking lit.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works for us, and we've used it for almost 20 years. So,
Okay.
love y'all.
Love you.
Don't forget to sign it.
Let's when we say that, let's go get a quick picture.
Oh yeah. Let me quit running my mouth and save
So they
this.
voted for they voted for us for like best restaurant and shit like that. So you see like best, some of them are stupid like.
Best Army, or what was it?
Oh yeah. Best show Army. Yeah. And then like the early ones, they were voting for like they voted best radio show. We were a podcast. We were best local blog, which is totally bullshit. We're not there, but they so then we and we gotta put them. It's the Orlando Weekly Awards are kind of like a big advertising thing. So, it's not really. It's funny because I appreciate that people.
All right, guys, we'll be right back.
The award itself doesn't mean, except for if you have a fan base or a listener base that cares enough to click a. Do we have shirts? Computer. Yeah, we do.
I don't know. We might be out of sizes.
I think we have extra. We have extra.
I feel like you looked at me and said,
Well, but you're beefy, man. Like, see, like me. No, not you. Like me, I can't do a medium anymore because of this. Oh, thanks, man. Come on, see the rain? Come on. Oh, I like that. Take it up high. I'm not following it. Oh, right on. Man, thank you so much. We appreciate you guys doing this. It's always fun to have people to talk to. We're always looking for people to screw around with, have fun. Some people clam up, most fans don't, which is fun. So, like, most musicians know what they're doing. So,
If you ever need us back, man.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll have you back.
We definitely want to do something with you guys one day. I know it's never worked out. I talked to Dizzle about it, but
Yeah, about playing an event, maybe like hook it up somehow.
yeah, we'll do something. And next time we have live music, I'll text Dizzle and see if we can make something happen.
Yeah, early in the year if we
Yeah. Maybe even make some beer fest next year. We're gonna do it. I know, but and we weren't gonna. It seemed like we were having a problem working. Hold on, shit! I gotta take this call. Sorry.
You guys gotta get out there. Okay. Do your thing, man.
Good,
Love you
good
guys.
seeing
Thank
you. Dude, I'm trying to.
Hey, Ben.
I'm trying to pick up where he left off. I'm trying to remember what he's saying.
How you doing?
Album, Beer Fest.
I forget what he was saying. Anyway, just hit us up.
Yeah.
Are you guys are doing your drive this year?
I know I'm not gonna do it this year.
Okay. Hard last year.
It's just
It's a lot.
it's.
No, everything's pretty standard
Yeah,
as
I'm real sorry about
years
that.
prior. Sorry, everything's pretty much the same. This year's band at the Beer Fest is the Silver Linings. They're like a '90s cover band. I'm gonna put you in contact with him just to see. I mean, I told him kind of just so you could talk about like stage layout and everything. But I believe he said he's worked with you before, or at least he knew you. So I'll give him your email and so I'll text him that today just so he can get in contact with you. But besides from that, everything's pretty much standard. And as soon as you send over the invoices, I'll get those paid so we're all squared away.
Get on there, don't let us keep you.
Oh no, it's fine. I know he's gonna be on the call.
Yeah, no, at same time. So we're starting the beer fest. We're gonna have the DJ start around noon. Then the band is gonna start playing at 2 p.m. So same as last year, and then for socials themselves, like we're gonna have DJ start around noon.
It gets hot under there because all the computers are there.
No, 2.
Cheers, guys.
I'll look at that. It's later, 2 to 4.
Yeah, actually, I have a meeting.
Yes. Yeah.
All
so,
right.
I'll check with Paul, but it's the same as the
Hello,
previous
y'all.
one.
One last thing. That was fun. Those guys they're really fun. Dizzle's a good dude. We've known him for a very long time, and it was cool to get them all in here. Hey, Tracy. What's going on, y'all? I think we're pretty much done for the day. I think we have one more little segment to do with you guys, and then we'll be out of here. The Daryl Hall thing ended up working out okay. It's always weird when they say our phone line is not very loud, because he was saying that our phone line wasn't loud even from Tom's piece, which is odd. It's very, very odd. I've never had that issue. I wonder if it's something that they're doing on their end. Oh, congratulations, Tracy. That's cool. You want to knock out this one little thing? One, two, three. I'm tired. I got baby metal tonight. Pretty pissed off I'm going to miss all that awesome election night coverage with Brian Williams. I'm kidding. No shit, Grady Seasons. That's pretty rad. Where was he at? I just like his voice. He's got a good voice. So, I was thinking Tuesday 1 was 34 minutes. Tuesday 3 was 32 minutes. Why don't we make Daryl Hall Tuesday 2?
Yeah, we can.
And then we'll just do 8 minutes. And then we're good. That way he's up front.
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll just do 8 minutes. We'll just do 1 or 2 voicemail.
Okay, yeah. We can do voicemails. Let me get this. Grady Seasons got to see Patrick Warburton do stand-up, and Heather Shaw is there this weekend at the Naples Off the Hook. That's pretty cool. She's doing really well, it appears. Okay. Voicemails. Alrighty. Why don't you bring us back? Here we go. And 3, 2.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. Let's do some voicemail.
Voicemail messages. You can leave us a voicemail one of 2 ways. You can call 1-844-TOMNDAN. Do it that way. That's the old school landline way. Or you can use our app. All of our content's on there, totally free. You can hit a little button that says mediocre messages, and you can leave us a message like this one right here.
What's up, Tom and Dan? My wife and I were talking about how when we were kids we would call into the radio stations and have them play music for us, and we would get so excited when the DJ would come on and say, "This song goes out to Eric," or whatever. And so she told me to call you guys and request a song. She would like you to play My Sharona. Thank you.
I do like the song My Sharona. Our kids, is there a version of this for our kids? Like, is there something where Tommy, Max, and Maisie are watching it, they're participating, they're watching it live, and they have the ability to send a message to the broadcaster or the sports star, the singer, the something, this streamer,
Yes.
streamer maybe?
This is equivalent to the streamer referencing someone in the chat room now. That's the 2024 version of calling a radio station. Is you're in the chat room and you say something and the streamer says like,
"Thank you, Tom."
Yeah.
Okay, so I did it earlier today. I'll give you one, a real one. The lead singer of Ballyhoo.
My name would be Twain305.
Okay,
by the way.
Twain305. Thank you, Twain305. The lead singer of Ballyhoo, I'm blanking on the guy's name, but he streams every day.
Yeah.
And I don't know why he does, because no one watches it. No, that is one of the things I think about. But I always jump in there to watch him a little bit and support him because he's a nice guy. And I said, "Hey, you've been on our show. Greetings from Orlando and Sanford," because he plays the West End a lot. And he gave me a shout out back. He's like, "Oh, I remember you guys. Thanks so much." Howie's his name.
Okay. So it's not as good if you could see that there's no one watching it.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah,
you
there has
see
to
the
be
number.
a lot of people in there.
So the radio was interesting because in your
You
thought in your mind
You
you're
assumed.
millions.
No, but you were right. There
You're
were
like millions of people are listening to this, but it's probably
thousands.
or comparable to the people in the chat room if it's a small enough radio station.
But it was probably thousands.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
at least hundreds.
Yes.
I guess I think you could make the argument that because there were less radio stations, that the radio station is more rare.
Yes. There were more listeners because there was less to listen to.
Correct.
Same thing with like why the season finale of MASH is the highest rated season finale ever and will never be beaten because there was just not that much.
Yeah, you're out of Yellowstone, right? You're done with that? Did you give
Oh,
up?
I'm going back.
Are you going back in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thursdays.
What happened
it's
to
back,
that?
baby.
What happened to that lady?
Rip is back.
No, but what happened to the lady that plays Beth Dutton? Has she suddenly lost all of her acting ability? Have you seen the trailer for the second half of the season?
Yeah.
It's trash.
Us-
Just from the trailer, straight trash.
Us Stonies, we don't like good acting.
Okay, all right. I'm a Stoney. I'm a Stoney.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, how dare you? You never watch every episode. I watch every GD episode.
Oh, I thought you meant like, okay. I'm
No.
confused.
That's what they call Yellowstone
I'm
fans.
not a Stoney. You're right. I'm not a Stoney.
We like our acting dull.
Dull and lifeless.
Yeah. I like
our acting unbelievable and over the top.
I want my shows I want to wonder, is this a TV show or a Chevy Silverado commercial? Like, I'm confused by what the hell I'm watching.
It's the new trailer. I have to find it. Is this it? Yeah, this is the yeah. Okay, this is the one. I have to play this for you. Have you seen that? This is the trailer.
And I don't like when they reference that Rip killed lots of innocent people that didn't deserve to die.
He's a monster.
And
did you know he was a monster?
He's a true American hero.
He's a monster. Okay,
who's
here.
fighting for freedom.
Everyone's forgotten who runs this valley.
Everyone just forgot who's running this country. Are they doing this? Are they doing this on purpose? Are they? They are.
Of course they are. I got one going.
You got one
whatever.
going. Yeah, fight. You got to fight.
Cosner. By the way, I thought
you want to fight. 3 fight.
I thought Cosner was suing them.
I thought he was too.
Yeah. So he
then
must have worked it out.
And he pops up. Okay, let's continue because you got to finish this.
Time to remind them.
No, the best part is they go to Beth and she has this terrible line.
Family legacy is this rich.
When I'm protector of my life.
They just push your buddy off a cliff.
I know I have multiple people trying to kill me and my family. But I sure do have a lot of time to sit on my front porch and look out at my land. You would think that I have to be getting up and moving and doing things at all time. I'm running for governor. I think he is the governor. I'm the governor.
I'm the sheriff. I'm the governor.
I have like 25 people trying to kill my daughter and family.
And I have a pit with 1,000 bodies.
I have 1,000 bodies I'm trying to hide. But I have a lot of time to sit and sip coffee on my land and just look out at the mountains.
I want to. Where's her? Where's her
That's
phrase?
all I do.
I gotta find her phrase. Hold on. It's at the end.
All the risk.
And then
here it is. Here it is.
I'll bang some hippie protesters every once in a while when they come sniffing around. I'll bang them good.
Here it is.
This war's just beginning.
The only thing left to do is to kill as much as you can before they kill you.
The only thing left to do is kill as much as you can before they kill you. That sounds like some rhetoric to me.
Yeah.
Oh, that is horse crap.
I treat the only guy who loves me like garbage.
Now, I've never watched. I've only watched the parts you've told me to watch because you steered me. You said Google Beth Dutton takes a bath. So I did. I like a good.
They used to have more T's and killing, and then they.
Then it became.
Yeah, it became a Chevy Silverado commercial.
So I would go, and because I do trust you, I trust our good business department. He's like, hey, Dad. You need to Google Beth Dutton takes a bath. I Google, hey, this show might be for me.
In the horse trough.
That's a little gross. That's a yeast infection right there. That's worse than back to front.
Yeah.
I feel like if my wife went to take a hot bubble bath in a horse trough, I'd be like, that's worse than back to front. That's worse than you're gonna get a yeast infection.
Yeah. And more than that, I think there's horse not.
You got some.
Yeah.
What's in there?
There's amoebas
I don't know
in there.
what's in there.
Yeah. I mean, it's
horse amoebas.
The water's been sitting in there for
Stagnant.
a long time.
It's a stagnant.
And they're doo-doo.
There's probably parameciums.
Yeah.
And there's definitely bird doo-doo.
So it's back.
Okay, good to know. And you're back in. You are going to finish it. I'm glad because you had said that season 5 you got mad that they were killing everybody and they were lawless and you were like, it's unbelievable and it's a Chevy commercial and you said, I'm out.
No, I'm mad that they got away from the initial premise of these people would do whatever it takes and kill innocent people just to keep their
Where
land.
did the Native Americans play in?
They had to kind of, they're like, we can't do what we want, what our fans want. We'll kill them too.
Right.
Or give them smallpox.
Yeah, mass deportation.
So we kind of have to work hand in hand. And then our son.
It's a hold your nose scenario.
Our son has to be half.
Did he fall in love?
He's married to a Native American.
Okay.
And then the Kevin Costner's grandson is half Native American.
Oh yeah.
So he's half and half.
Yeah.
And so
that's called somebody's grandpa goes to the breakdancing tournament. Right? Sometimes a grandpa has to go to a breakdancing tournament he doesn't want to go to.
So Kevin Costner, he loves his grandson. He'll teach him how to fish, but he calls him the N-word behind the closed doors.
Really? He's racist?
Well,
in the character, he's racist towards the Native Americans?
No.
Oh, you're saying you think he is?
I'm saying I know his character is. That's what
reality would say.
Yeah. Us Stonies know in the Reddit boards. We should get up there and we're like, we know what he says about his grandson. He doesn't say it on the show, but I know Kevin Costner. Yeah. Whatever his name is.
Not to throw a wet smallpox blanket on all those fun. Did you hear the story about the actor from Dances with Wolves?
Which one?
He's a Native American actor. He played, I forget the guy he played in the particular movie. He was very young, I believe, when he starred in Kevin Costner's Dances with Wolves. He went on, from what I understand, I'll give you the short of the long. I guess he tricked other Native American women on other reservations that he was a Native American medicine man. He would earn their trust and then he would sexually assault them.
Man.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of dancing.
It's a different kind of dancing.
Yeah. That's man.
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. But he was calling himself like a shaman or a medicine man and going around and using sort of the primitive Native American ideologies that they still believe in to gain their trust, and then really bad.
Yeah, that's called
he's a monster.
Dancing with Cosby.
That guy, don't make me laugh. It's a terrible person.
All right, we'll be right back.
Yeah.
It's we need 11 then, right? Oh,
I
sorry.
mean, that's fine.
Okay.
That works.
Because we did 30
Yeah, it works.
something.
That
Okay.
works. Is there anything else we needed to do?
No, that's all Tuesday, and then we got one big
let me
segment
just
from
double check
Monday
it before
or
we turn
Wednesday.
it all down. Yeah, this will be 4. Yeah, the guy's a cool name too. The name of the person he played in Dance with the Wolves, I think he was a big part. Old Danny Downer. I'm sorry. It was like, it just tied in. When do I get to tell a Native American news story I know about? Like the likelihood of me weaving that into conversation is like a 0 if we don't talk about.
You kept that in the back of your mind one day.
One day I'll get to talk about this Native American rapist.
I'll just
I only
hold it.
save the good stuff. All right.